Heavy rains and strong winds have been lashing Croatia. Torrential rains have caused rivers to swell and flooded some roads. In some areas, emergency services sounded sirens to warn people about the dangers of trees falling due to strong winds. Syrians living in Turkey are doubtful Russian President Vladimir Putin's declaration of victory against terrorists in Syria heralds the end of the conflict in their war-torn nation. Putin made a surprise visit to a Russian military base in Syria, where he also announced a partial pullout of Russian troops. Bitcoin's debut on a major US exchange is a hit so far, with the price of the first ever futures contract for the virtual currency rising 16%. Trading for the same began on Sunday. Law enforcement officials have said that the 27-year-old man who set off a pipe bomb in New York City subway came to the United States from Bangladesh 7 years ago with the type of preferential visa for people with relatives who are US citizens or permanent residents. One neighbor described his demeanor as cocky when he was asked to move his car. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson said that while he did not wish to raise false hopes regarding the case of a detained British-Iranian woman, he described his recent meetings with Iranian leaders as worthwhile. The statement came in context of a UK woman who is serving a 5-year sentence for allegedly plotting to overthrow the government.
On bilateral issues, my first priority was the plight of the dual nationals behind bars. I urged their release on humanitarian grounds where there is cause to do so. These are complex cases involving individuals considered by Iran to be their own citizens, and I do not wish to raise false hopes. But my meetings in Tehran were worthwhile.
Protesters blocked streets and set tires alight in the Honduran capital amid allegations of fraud leveled by the main opposition candidate challenging the president. Honduras's electoral court finished a hand recount of votes in nearly 5,000 ballot boxes, saying results were extremely consistent with the original data for the presidential election. Declaring a victory in Syria, Russian President Vladimir Putin visited a Russian military airbase in the country and announced a partial pullout of Russian forces from the Middle East nation. Putin's visit marks his first trip to Syria, drawing a symbolic line under the campaign that has shored up President Bashar Assad's government.